This video is on the 5 common myths that hold back real estate investors and entrepreneurs with bad credit from getting $250,000 in funding. So you either download the PDF file, feel free to download and do your research and due diligence as much as possible. Hopefully if you're watching this video, you're part of the community, the free or paid communities on both sites. So I'm going to go over the introduction, then we'll do the explanation and reality and the tips, and I'll just go further if needed, okay, if I want to get a little bit more deep into it. But this is just to give you an overview of what's going on. So the overview is debunking myths that hinder funding opportunities. So the importance of it is understanding and overcoming these myths, okay? Because it's more, just because one bank does one thing doesn't mean that next bank does the same, okay? So all banks or all things vary, okay? So myth number 1, you need perfect credit to get funding. Explanation: many believe that only those with perfect credit can secure significant funding. That's incorrect. Reality is, while good credit helps, alternative funding options like private lenders and hard money loans cater to individuals with bad credit. And just to get a little bit deeper on that, I always think as the bank, as I said before, you can act as banks. For example, the only thing that's just you really have control is if you on your depending on your credit score, which is also your credit profile that an underwriter looks at, or someone that's doing private loan or hard money loans, is they're going to determine the interest rate and your down payment needed if needed. But this is for you if it's for funding. So this is just a 0% interest. I like to go further because most people that's watching this video or reading this reading and going through this PDF file is real estate investors, new or experienced, and this is for you. So if I talk about loans, I'm just talking in general, because funding, you want to use this funding as leverage to flip properties, leverage for your marketing, leveraging to buy, fix, and sell. That's what this is for. This funding is not to live on. The funding is leverage. That's what I want to get into also. But anyhow, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. So here's the tip: explore non-traditional lending sources and improve other financial profile aspects. When it says profile, it's talking about your credit. Not just, you can have a 700 score and the next person can have a 700 score, but it goes by the profile. The next person profile may get a lower interest rate because they have a more season, meaning they had their accounts longer. Maybe they overall credit balances are lower than yours. Make payments on time. It's all types of factors. So explore non-traditional lending sources and improve other financial profile aspects. But don't fall in love, just like, for example, us investors, real estate investors, when we're doing renovation, we always get more than one estimate on the repair of a property. We get 2 to 3 estimates, okay? Same thing you do. You get 2 to 3, get a relationship with 2 to 3 banks and credit unions in your area, okay? Number 2, bad credit means automatic denial. Myth. Explanation: the misconception that bad credit leads to automatic rejection. Number 2, reality: lenders consider various factors including business potential, collateral, and cash flow. So here's what comes into place. You may not get approved for $25,000 zero funding for a credit card, but they may start you off with let's just go for $10,000 or $15,000. Remember this too. Just because that credit card company said no doesn't mean that the next credit card will say no, except they may say yes based on a higher interest rate, or they may say yes. Hey, can you send us example? Can you explain this doc, your payment history? Can you send us docs? So you got to make it, as we say, as an underwriter, or we say as a loan officer, or as you have a mortgage broker, we want to make the deal sell. You want to have a attractive file. But anyhow, I don't want to get a little deep. You're watching this video because you downloaded for the PDF file, and this is just a myth. join the community. As I said before, I get more in deep to this, and my experts as part of this, we get a little bit deeper and give you more tips. So number 2, lenders consider various factors, including business potential, collateral, and cash flow. Nicholas, what does that have to do with a credit card? If you got a relationship with, excuse me, a bank or a credit union that approves, that gives out, that you're applying online or in person, which is that's a tip also. If you apply in person with your banker, local banker, or a local credit union, they may have some things that they can pass through, or they can explain to the underwriter, which normally if you do it online it doesn't get approved. Okay, so lenders consider various factors, including business potential. That should be like potential, where we have a relationship in. Would you agree? Collateral. Okay, he wants to get a $25,000 credit card because he needs supplies for the renovation. He needs paint, drywall, various factors. Cash flow. He needs to pay his draws, because they know this house is worth 100. You got it for 50, and you say it's going to take 60 to 90 days. You already had a good history because you did it at that time for cash. You bought property for cash and use your own money. Your banker, or the credit union, the banker and the credit union always saw that you was making big deposits and all, and followed through. So I just want to stress that bad credit doesn't mean automatic denial. So focus on presenting a strong business plan, as I said before, as I just explained to you, and showcasing your investment potential. What's in the property? What's your exit strategy before we give you the loan? It says worth 100. You got it for 50, but you need a loan for 70. For the fix-up costs and everything. So you want to get either a business line of credit, or you want to get a credit card. You say that's available for your credit union or your bank. That's an example. So myth number 3: only banks offer large loans. Believe that only traditional banks can provide large funding amounts. Excuse me. Explanation. Here's the reality. Alternative lenders, including private investors, crowdfunding platforms, and credit unions, are willing to fund large amounts. Here's the tip. Research, as I said earlier, research and approach multiple funding sources to find the best fit. As I always stress, just because the credit union or their bank has their requirements or conditions in order to get approved, doesn't mean that all banks and credit unions are the same. Okay? So research and approach multiple funding sources to find the best fit. Okay, so everything is not cookie cutter for credit unions and banks in order to get approved for business line of credit or 0% interest rate credit cards. Okay, so number 4, and I'm going to stress this too for number 1, you're getting these funds because you guys are real estate investors. You're getting the funds to use leverage to flip, to make cash, to flip, or to use leverage to put someone there to rent their property out. So in time, a few months, you can do what? Refinance that loan and pay off those credit cards with 0% interest rate before the 0% interest rate starts to kick in or starts to end to the regular payment. Okay, so this is little tips I want to give you. So number 4, you need a long business history. I'm going to explain that. I answer that right now. You don't. So explanation: thinking that only established businesses with long histories can get large loans. That's incorrect. If you're a new real estate investor, that is incorrect. If you're seasoned investor and still thinking that is incorrect. Okay, so startups and newer businesses can also secure funding with a solid business plan and growth potential. When it says business plan, don't think of a thick piece of paper, 30 sheets of paper for your business plan. No, basic plan. What's your pitch? What is the exit strategy? How are you going to secure my money? How is this payment going to be paid on time for the bank or as a private lender? When I say my money as a private lender, I want you guys to start thinking as a private lender. If that was your money, what's the exit strategy? How you gonna get paid on time, and when I'm gonna get my balance, my majority, the balance due, or the loan that's due, okay, plus the profit or the interest. That's the example. So that's the key. What is the exit strategy? So startups and newer businesses can also secure funding with a solid business plan and growth potential. Okay, so tip: highlight your business's unique value proposition and market potential. If you're new to real estate, we have what you call an ARV, after repair value. Normally a bank or normally a hard money lender or alternative lenders or private lenders, they do 70 cents on a dollar. So every dollar, the max they'll pay for on a dollar, the value of the dollar, they'll do 70% loan to the value of that dollar. So think of in place of the dollar is the house or the investment property, the deal that you have. A banker or a private lender or a hard money lender, they give 70% loan to value of the ARV, 70% loan to value, which is also LTV, of the ARV, after repair value. And that's justified or validated or verified by comps, comparison what houses have sold for recently in that area. Some banks do 60 to 90 days, some do 90 to 120 days, just varies, okay, and a tight radius. But I'm getting a little bit deeper. I just want to get it in your mind. You need a long business history. You don't. You make money on the buy. So if you found something the next day, well, property is worth, I'm just doing the even number, it's worth 100 and you can get it for 25,000, but it needs another probably 30,000 fixed up. 100% loan to value of the ARV. I'm sorry, 70% loan to value of the ARV. So if you get 70,000 because its value at the after repair values is 100,000, that's attractive to a banker. That's attractive to a personal private lender. That's attractive to you once you start getting these 0% interest rates to leverage off deals such as set. So I'm going a little bit off, but I'm giving you tips. I'm giving you extra strategies to use. Yes, it's 0% interest, but take advantage of OPM, other people's money, the banks. So if you have $1 million in your bank cash, it's in your account. Think of the banks. Banks got multiple times, 5 to 10 times that amount they're dishing out that they can lend to you based on your relationship, okay, and your extra strategy with them. Because bank is in the business of making monthly payments. They make their money out the payments, the interest rate. Number two, so once again, high interest rates makes it impossible to pay back. Not if you do your plan. Fear that bad credit results in unaffordable high interest rate. As I said before at the beginning, and I keep saying this, it's all about the what? Exit strategy. The exit. What is your exit strategy? House is worth 100,000. You can get it for 25,000. Needs another 25,000 fix up. So it's 50% that's in it right now. You got 50,000 profit potential in it. But a bank is really to give a LT hard money lenders, or you may have credit cards. That's the ideal of getting up to $250,000 worth of $250,000 worth of credit that you convert to cash, which ways that are just those are another issue. Those are another steps involved. But that's the mindset that you're going to use, and that's the reason why you want to take care of your credit to get these types of deals out there. I'm kind of off, but I just want to focus on that. So high interest rates make it impossible to pay back. Fear that bad credit results in unfavorable high interest rates. Here's the reality. Proper financial management and choosing the right loan terms can make repayment manageable. Financial management. You got to have an exit strategy. When you walk in that bank and you got a relationship with the creditor and the bank, and you've been there for some time, they see your history that you've been making bulk sums or you've been making your payments on time, and yeah, they see in the past. Everyone is human. Everyone goes through ups and downs, but you have a relationship, so you explain your situation. They know your history. High interest rates may make it impossible to pay back, but they really, some banker or some credit card issue that the credit union represent may take a risk on you. It may not be 0% interest rate. It may be an interest rate of 15 to 20%. If you have an exit strategy, you don't care because you know that you make money on the buy, and if you have those types of deals, this is where you're using these credit cards as leverage to get these types of deals. Not on one, but think about it: 3 to 5 types of deals. You got volume now. You got volume going on. But those are the fruit tips. But here's the reality, as I said before: proper financial management and choosing the right loan terms can make repayment manageable. Here's a tip: negotiate terms, consider short-term loans, and have a clear repayment strategy. So this falls into place. For example, you may deal with a credit union or a banker or a private lender, but this is ideal. This is because of the credit cards. The purpose of this too, where you may not get a 0% interest rate, but you may get, instead of $250,000 worth of funding, they may give you half of that. But you have to start somewhere. Would you agree? So that's the key. I just want to plug that in your head. But it's all going to be about credit. Everything. So about taking care of your credit, updating your credit, and using this leverage. Okay. So negotiate terms, consider short-term loans, and have a clear repayment strategy. Here's one more thing too: if you don't start out getting 0% interest and someone gives you a hard money loan, make sure that hard money loan, try to get with a hard money lender that's going to report either your history that you're doing now, your monthly payments, or once you close or refinance that, so it can show up on your credit report, your bill, and it helps build your profile for the next time you come around. So if you haven't already joined our exclusive community, if you're on the free community, if you're not part of the paid, I advise you to get with the paid community while you're watching. If you're watching this from a free community, and get ready to elevate your business. Connect with fellow real estate investors and entrepreneurs in our free exclusive group, which we also have a paid group. Learn directly from the experts on how to unlock $250,000 in funding. So click that button if you somehow you got the PDF or you're not in the group at this time. We have 2 groups. We have a free group and we have a paid group. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the group. Have a great day.